Let's move on to Group B. All right, Group B. Big up to Liverpool. I gotta say, big up to them because I didn't predict them to top the group. The team that I predicted to top the group are actually way down at the bottom of the pile, right? And that's Atletico Madrid. Porto are second. I don't know how they're second, but they're second. Listen, this group is a weird group, right? Because we thought that this was the group of death. This is actually a group of life. Yeah, life for Liverpool because they won 5 out of 5. They scored 15, only conceded 5, and all the other teams have played like shit, basically, right? For the lack of a better word. Porto is second with 5 points, Milan are third with 4 points, and Atletico Madrid are last with 4 points, which means that all 3 of those teams could still go into the round of 16. All 3 of these teams could still go into the Europa League. Who's it gonna be? Who is it gonna be? Listen, if you're Milan, you know what I mean, you didn't luck out, man. You didn't luck out because you got to play Liverpool. Atletico Madrid will play Porto. That'll be a good clash. That'll be a really, really good clash. So let's take a look at what happened in these games on the 5th day of proceedings. Atletico Madrid 0, AC Milan 1. I actually saw the highlights for this game, and I gotta say that was a really, really good goal scored there by AC Milan. Really good goal. They deserve the win. Definitely deserve the win. So Junior Messias in the 87th minute. That was actually the first time I heard of that player. And pardon me if I never heard of the player, but AC Milan did deserve the win on the day. Didn't watch the game, only watched the highlights. And I'm remembering I watched the highlights before I fell asleep last night. So can't remember every single thing what happened in the highlights. But all I know, I was definitely impressed with what AC Milan did on the day. And good goal, man. Good goal. Really good crossing. And really good leap to head past Jan Oblak. The way the cross came in between those two players, absolutely ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. There's a player at Atletico Madrid, not Atletico Madrid, but AC Milan that I want as well. Theo Hernandez. You need a left back over at City, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Theo Hernandez. So, Frank Kessié, who was a highly sorted midfielder as well. That was his crossing for Junior Messias' header. The only goal of the game in the 87th minute. So, good stuff for Atletico, AC Milan. They actually saved the season with that win, actually. Because if that game ended in a draw, it means that Atletico Madrid would have gone up to 5 points. And Milan would have been on 2 points. And it would have been, you know, tough to beat Liverpool. Right now, if they get a draw, they could still get Europa League. Or they could still get even, you know, a draw would put them up to 5 points. So they would get Europa League at most with a draw. So a draw against Liverpool, it's going to be hard, but it is definitely possible. Definitely possible. And let's see. Let's see what happened. Let us see what happened. That game would actually be in Milan as well. So you have the stage set for you to go and beat Liverpool, where they will rotate like they did on match day 5. But even though they rotated, it doesn't mean that they're going to be easy to beat. We've learned that already, right? We definitely did. So Atletico Madrid, man, I've been really disappointed with them, though. Really, I don't understand. They may find a way to actually get into the round of 16, right? They're that type of team that would actually win the game against Porto and move on ahead of Porto. But we also know that Porto is that team. We know that Porto is that team that could impress as well. So it could go anyway. But let's talk about this game. Liverpool 2, Porto 0. I think Porto did well in the first half, and they should have taken those opportunities that they had. They had a few, 3, I think, to score in the first half. Didn't take their chances, man. Really didn't take their chances. And when you play against a team like Liverpool, you got to take your chances. They had 9 shots, 1 on target. They had 41% of the ball. That's a lot of the ball. Against a rotated Liverpool team, you have to take your chances. And just to talk about Liverpool and their rotated team, Nico Williams at right back. He's been doing very well for the Wales national team, so he's been rewarded. I gotta say, I've been impressed with Kostas Tsimikas. I remember when Liverpool signed him, I called him an average player. And to be honest though, he was an average player when he was signed. Seriously, I think he's really improved. I gotta give him the credit. He really improved though. He really improved. So credit to Tsimikas, man. He's been whipping in some deadly balls, and he's been good. I could go as far as to say that Tsimikas has actually been better than Robertson this season, and he deserves a run in the team. Some may not agree, but I'm pretty sure that most will. Tsimikas has been really good. So Konate, Matip got the look in. Van Dijk got to rest, and I'm pretty sure he was actually on the bench kicking. You know those kicks that you do when you're playing FIFA, when you're like, you're kicking, but you're not in the game, but you're still kicking. You know what I mean? He must have been doing that. Tyler Martin, he's been getting a lot of game time lately, and it seems like he's another youngster that Klopp is going to blood from the academy, along with the likes of Trent, Nico Williams, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott comes to mind. Reece Williams come to mind. These guys that Klopp have promoted from the academy and that have really, impressed for the most part. So, yeah, Tyler Martin. And I could remember him getting a goal, a really good clearance when there was a square in the box when Taremi had a chance to shoot, and he squared, and there was Tyler Martin there to kick the ball away. So, yeah. So he's playing a defensive midfield position there. Oxlade-Chamberlain have been very good, I have to say. Thiago Alcantara, garbage last season. But for the last couple games that I've seen him in, I'm going to keep it real. Thiago have played well. He has really played well, man. And you guys know me. If a player's not playing well, I'm going to say it. If he is, even though I talk a lot of shit about Thiago last season, he has been good this season, though. Got to keep it real. And talk about good. 52nd minute goal, Thiago. Lord Jesus Christ, what a goal. That was absolutely exquisite. That was exquisite. That's how you hit a ball. That is how you hit a ball. That is how you hit a ball. And this is what the Google summary says. Thiago scores. And what a goal it was. Oxlade-Chamberlain's free kick is a poor one, and it's cleared by Mbemba at the front of the crowd. It rolls out to Thiago, who is a long way out, and he hits it sweetly with the outside of his boot on the half volley. It rockets past Diego Costa, who can do nothing as it nestles in the bottom corner. 1-0 for Liverpool. Yeah, that sums it up, because that was a rocket, bro. I'm telling you, that was a rocket. And what is good about the goal is just the technique to keep the ball down and to get the power on the ball as well. That ball was flat. That was flat. And it just sailed over the freaking grass. I'm pretty sure if they go back and they check the grass right now, it's burnt. Pretty sure. That was a damn good goal. That was a good goal. Coming from a City fan, that was a good goal. Really enjoyed that goal. So 1-0 for Liverpool there. And after that, it seems like Porto just fell apart, man. I don't know what it is. And I got a message from my boy Qatar. He says, who lives in England. He said that for some reason when Porto plays against Liverpool, it's like they become a second division team. Seriously. It was very easy in the second half. Mo Salah, who before that goal in the 78th minute, didn't get a chance at goal. He was in the game, but he wasn't really like in the game. You see what I'm saying? It's like he was there, but he wasn't really there. And he got a chance there. Mane was in the game. I think Mane had scored a goal, if I could recall. That was chalked off, right? Am I right about that? I can't even remember everything that happened in this game. But Takumi Minamino did get a run out as well, which was merited. But Salah's goal was a good one, and they had to check it. Was deemed legal. Marginally, you know, VAR had to check in terms of offside, but it was another good Salah goal. Another good Salah goal. Really good goal. Low down to the keeper's left. And good stuff. 2-0 to Liverpool. It was a dominant performance in the second half. First half, I think Porto held their own. But the second half, Liverpool really came to life and they put out a good showing. I was actually saying to myself, look at this, right? Liverpool are not even trying to win. They didn't try. It's like they didn't try. They rotated the team because they had already topped the group, which is a great choice made by Klopp. I think Klopp learned. I think he learned. He learned. We could say he learned now. But if, for example, a player like Mane or Salah had got injured in the game, yeah, Liverpool fans would say, yeah, look at what you did. Remember what happened against Midtjylland the last time around? But it's unfair in a way. But we do have to criticize Klopp for these things. Because, for example, what if in the game against AC Milan, you can't expect Liverpool to go in with a U team, right? You would expect them to compete even though it's like the game would have no consequence to whether they move on or not, or whether they come in second or first in the group. So it's a way, you know what I mean? That's just the way things go, and that's just the way we have to analyze it. If Klopp does go and play a full-strength team against AC Milan and two players get injured, then people would say, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. But if he then goes and plays a full-strength team and destroy AC Milan, everybody would say, yay, right? So it's pretty weird. It is pretty weird. Pretty weird when it comes to analyzing these things. But good win for Liverpool, nevertheless, as they continue to dominate the group. I think Porto, very poor in the game. Could have done a lot better. And they find themselves in a scrap on the last day to get round of 16 or to even stay in Europe. So that's my thoughts. Well played, Liverpool. They, of course, we know move on to the next round, and we know Porto have to scrap it out. So you can see the summary. Superb goal sees Reds win again. Thiago Alcantara and Salah net. Porto stay second despite loss. That's how weird this group has been. Porto lost. They're still second. And AC Milan rise from the dust to go into third. So let's just go back here and we're gonna just touch on the next fixtures. As you guys could see here, we have Milan versus Liverpool and Porto versus Atletico Madrid. So with Porto hosting, well, they have it set up for them to get something from the game, and Milan could get something from Liverpool as well. So